Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a terrific day because today we have another awesome, super awesome Valentine's Day paper crafting project that we're going to be making. Stay tuned. And here is today's project, guys. It is so stinking cute. And actually what it is a miniature magazine holder. But on this one, we're turning it into a love notes holder. So we're going to take some Cutaparts and cut them into mini 3x4 Valentine's cards. Then we're going to put those cards in this mini holder, and it's perfect to give to just one person if you want to brighten their day for the entire week of Valentine's Day and beyond. You can put all types of delightful notes inside of your 3x4 Valentine's card. And then the person that you give it to can actually set this out on their desk, in their kitchen, in their bedroom. Whenever they need a little pick-me-up, they can just pull out one of the notes that you wrote to them and read it. And guys, really, how sweet is that? I love the concept. I love the idea. Now let's make it. All right, guys, so here is what we're going to need to make our project. And we're not going to need a whole lot. I have some chipboard pieces. I have a piece that measures 2 by 2 1/4, a piece that measures 2 by 3 1/4, a piece that measures 2 by 4 1/2, and 2 pieces that measure 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Then I have a page of Cutaparts, and I get so many questions asking me what are Cutaparts, and I use them on the channel a lot. This is a Cutapart page, so you can see that on this particular page we have 12 3x4 sections that we can cut out, and those are called Cutaparts. We can take them and use them in our craft, but today we are actually going to take these and use them as Valentine's cards. And then I have this 4 1/2 by 12 inch strip that we'll be using for this portion of the project. And then I have a beautiful piece of 12 by 12 black and white plaid that we'll be using for this part of the project. So the first thing that we're going to do, guys, we're going to take that 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 inch piece and give it an angle cut. And here's how we're going to do that. So with my ruler placed on the 4 1/4 inch edge, I am going to make a mark at 2 1/8. Then I'm going to take my ruler, place it on the mark, and then I can just angle my ruler over to that corner piece. And then I'll bring in my handy dandy finger blade and just cut out. And so now I have one angled piece. And to get that second one, all I need to do is place this on top. I can take my pen, just make a mark, and then I can take my ruler, and then I can take my finger blade and just cut out on that mark. All right, so then I'm going to take this beautiful piece, and it's by Prima, and I am just going to use this as the outside. So I am going to take tape away from my chipboard, and when I place it down, I'm going to place it down like this at the bottom. And so then when I place this one down, I'm going to place it down so that they are facing each other like this. So I am going to remove my tape. And we'll place this piece down. So I'm going to take this piece, I'll place it all the way at the bottom like I did the other one, and we'll place it down. So now I can take this piece and I can fold it just like that. So now I'm just going to take my finger blade and just cut right here in the middle. So I'm going to take this piece, fold it over, give it a nice crease, And then what I'm going to do is where I have this crease coming all the way down right there, I'm going to take my finger blade and just follow that crease because I am going to use this to fold over. So now I'm going to go ahead and just remove this end all together. And now I can take this piece and I'll fold it over. So let me remove my tape, and I'm going to take this piece, fold it over just like that, and then I'll take this and I'm going to fold it back out of the way so that I can come in and just remove that piece. And now I'll just follow along and cut this out. And so now we have one piece. I'm going to take my scissors, snip off that little rough edge, and I'll just reduce that in size because we really don't need all of that. And I'll take my glue, place my glue on this piece. And now I can use my big old spatula to get that stuck. So we have one side ready to go. Okay, so now that I have my two sides ready to go, we're going to bring in our pieces that measure 2 1/4 by 2, 3 1/4 by 2, and 4 1/2 by 2. And then we're going to bring in our 4 1/2 by 12-inch piece decorative paper. And we will be doing a wraparound of this, so we won't have to use a separate liner piece. So here is what we're going to do. We're going to take our piece that measures 2 by 4 1/2, and we're going to place it down just like that. Then I'll take my piece that measures 2 by 3 1/4, and I'm going to place that down. And I'm going to give myself about 1/8 of an inch in spacing. And then I'll take my piece that measures 2 by 2 1/4, and we'll place that one down. And I'm going to go ahead and just brush these off into my handy dandy basket. And now I'll place this down. Now I can take my stylus or my bone folder and just go along these edges to help minimize any cracking. And then I'll just stand this up, fold it over on all 4 sides. And then we're going to do a miter. We're not going to do a deep one. So I'll start at the point here and I'll angle out just like that. And then I'll angle in there. Angle in here and do a very slight angle there. And then I'll angle here slightly and angle there. Angle here and a slight angle there. And so now I'm going to take my tape and I am going to place my tape right on the edge of this piece and then on the edge of this piece because I want to make sure that everything is stuck once we start putting this together. And then I'll just take my tape and I'm going to run 3 strips on the chipboard. And then I'll peel away the tape. we're going to fold over these ends first. And then I'll peel away this piece, and I'm going to place just a little bit of glue there just to make sure it's stuck. And I'll place a little bit of glue here too. And then I'll fold it over. And now I'll take this piece. I'm going to peel away that tape. Add just a little bit of glue here at the top. And I'll fold this over. And now I can take my big old spatula. You can use a bone folder, whatever you have to smooth and flatten. And then I'm just going to come in and find my spine and get that spine nicely defined. And then I'll take this piece because I want the straight plaids going this way. And when you do a fold over, you get that crisscross, but on the outside, I want my plaids to be fairly straight. So I am going to place glue along the two long ends of this. I'm not going to place it on the front just yet. So we're going to take it and come in about 1/16 of an inch. And then once you have it in place, just press it against the back and just hold it into place until it's stuck enough that you can move over to the other side. So just press down and press against that back. So now I'll come over to this one. We're going to do the same thing. So I am going to take my glue and I am going to place glue on the two long edges of this chipboard. And then I'll take this piece and I'm going to place it in and press it down and press it back. And now I can take my glue and I'm just going to start at the top, put a bead of glue in and let that glue just kind of dribble to the bottom. And now I can fold up the front. And then we just need to press down and allow this to dry. And so while the box is drying, I am going to go ahead and cut out my Cutaparts. So I'm just going to take my ruler and my finger blade and just cut these out in sections just like this to start. So the first thing I want to do is just get them released. And then I'll remove this end. And then once I have my Cutaparts cut into sections like this, I am just going to cut them into sections where I have two connected. So I'm going to cut straight down the middle of the middle two. And this is how I'm going to get my sweet little Valentine's cards. They won't be your traditional Valentine's cards, but that's okay because nothing about my channel is traditional. So let's get our last one. And now we have these. So I'm just going to take these, fold them in half, use my big old spatula to go in and start shaping my cards. And as you can clearly see, not only do we have an interesting front, but we have an interesting back. Like I said, non-traditional. And I'm not putting mine in envelopes because I would be giving this entire set to the same person. They could open them up as they wanted to read the little note that I tucked inside. And look at how gorgeous that is. It says such a beautiful feeling on the back, and then you've got this gorgeous look on the front. I love the idea of using Cutaparts to make all season cards, not just Valentine's Day, but there are Cutaparts for every season, every reason, every gender. So now I have my cards. All right, guys, so then I want to add some writing space to the inside. So I am going to cut some pieces at 2.5 by 3.5. And that is what I'll use on one side of my cards. Okay, so now we can take our 2.5 by 3.5 inch white space, and I'm only going to place it on one side of my card. And I think that these are just adorable. Hopefully you do too. And we're going to place our final two. And then, guys, I'm just going to bring in a sticker sheet, and on each one of my cards, I'll add just a little something. Not a lot, just a little piece of my heart. And that's all it takes to have something delightfully cute. So now we have our 6 little love notes, and aren't they adorable? So we're going to take these, and I'm just going to put them in just like that, and you can see that we have this beautiful little mini magazine holder that we are using as a love notes holder. So I want to take something and put something on the side just to dress it up. I am going to go back to my sticker sheet. So I am going to grab this little flower, place it right there. How sweet is that? And then I'll take the mirror image of that flower and place it on this side. So then, guys, the final thing that I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and add a little bow right here to the front because I think it's cute. So I am going to take a little bit of my hot glue, place it right there, and then I'll take this bow, put it down, and I went ahead and put a bow on the first one that I did as well because I think it just adds a little bit of cuteness and festivity to it. So I want to make sure that the ribbon fronts stay where I want them to stay. So I am just going to take a little bit of my tape runner and put it underneath so that I can just lay that down like that. And I'm going to do the same thing with this because the ribbons have a slight bend to them from being in the pack. So I want them to do what I want them to do. So that's why I'm using my tape. And now you can see just how stinking cute this is. I matched plaids with a non-plaid print. This print has flowers, it has beds on it, it's got writing, it has everything. But when we match it with the plaid, we can pull it all in, and I just love this combination. And then, of course, I absolutely love our little love notes. I think I'm going to put them in like that. All right, guys, so we are finished. And wasn't this a super simple, fun project? And you know what else? You're actually able to make this body part with scraps because we are constantly working with chipboard on this channel. So you probably have loads of chipboard scraps that you've been wanting to use on various projects. Well, here's one that you can definitely use it on. And if you don't have chipboard, you can use whatever hard surface you think will work. You can double up on the cereal boxes. If you want to try cardboard, you can certainly do that. If you want to use foam board because you have plenty of that, you can use that as well. Just get creative and use what you have. So I am going to bring the first one back in. And guys, I am in love with these little cuties. We don't always have to make the large boxes or the large bags. And you guys know I love my tinies, I love my skinnies, and I love these tinies. I think that they are absolutely adorable. And I also love the fact that day after day after day, with this sitting on a tabletop, desktop, or workspace, the person receiving this will be reminded of how much you think of them. It doesn't have to be the person that you're married to or the person that you're dating. It can be your daughter, your best friend, your son, niece, nephew, anyone that you care about would love to receive this from you. So I hope that I have inspired you to make these. And as always, guys, you can do this. It is not difficult at all. You can definitely do it. So if you have liked this project, and I most certainly hope that you have, please hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel, there's no time like the present. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you will know when I upload a new video. And if you have a positive comment that you would like to share about this project, please leave it in the comment section below. I would love to read it. So you guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.